Hi, very good afternoon to everyone present today. Thank you for coming down and joining me in this session on innovations in beauty and personal care. My name is Sharon from Mintel Group. Just in case some of you are not so familiar with Mintel, I just want to share a little bit about our company first. Mintel is the world's leading market intelligence agency. So what exactly do? We offer very comprehensive data, reports, market sizing, and we also track new product launches in the industry to give analysis and insights to consumer and product landscape to help companies grow their businesses and to address different business needs. And of course, we are globally covered that gives us access to different product launches and consumer insights. So today on innovations in beauty and personal care, I bring to you 4 key global beauty and personal care trends that we foresee will impact and also influence consumers as well as the product industry from now till 2025. So these are the 4 key trends that we'll be talking about today: augmented human, water the new luxury, gastronomia, as well as power play. For each of these trends, we'll cover 3 key areas. Firstly, consumer insights, which is taken from Mintel reports from key regions like UK, US, as well as China, which give us an idea of how consumers are actually reacting and responding to all these trends and how they are reacting with different behavior. Secondly, we look at some of the examples of how each of these trends is really playing out in the industry. And the last part comes where we look at what's next. We look at the industry, different categories, we see what's happening in research, and we make some predictions of what we expect to see in product developments, in consumer behavior moving forward into the future. Now to kickstart this presentation, very firstly on augmented human. This is really about technology, just like how the title suggests, how the line between human and devices become blurred as consumers rely more and more on technology, on devices, to track their health and wellness, to give them information about their lives. Now, how are consumers really reacting to this trend? Our Europe consumers, close to half of UK consumers, the young consumers aged 16 to 24, they are really interested in trying out beauty applications that can allow them to virtually try on makeup products. About a quarter of our UK consumers are interested in devices to use in the bathroom where it can actually track water temperature and the amount of time they spend in the shower. Close to half of UK sun care users, they are really interested likewise in applications that can allow them to track any skin changes of their body. Our consumers in Asia, where we are based in, about 64% of our consumers in Asia, they are interested in virtual mirrors, virtual reality, headsets, and devices within the store to allow them to try on products virtually as well. 65% of Asia consumers, they use a smartphone to shop online. So shopping on the go has become more and more advanced with technology. About 30% of our consumers in Asia, they are interested in a mobile application that can actually recommend them beauty products according to their skin conditions. Again, using technology to our advantage to give us as accurate information as possible. What about our consumers in the US? About 20% of US consumers, they actually use a device to track and monitor their sleep quality. 34% of US consumers, they are interested in devices that helps with makeup application. 45% of our US consumers, they are interested again in wearable devices that can actually give them reminders and suggestions on when they should actually reapply sunscreen. So what are some of the examples that we are seeing in the industry now reflecting a trend like augmented human? Now firstly, Romy Perry's figure. Think of this as the Nespresso of facial skincare. It is connected to your smartphone. This beauty concept basically blends with active ingredients and create very concentrated and fresh serum or moisturizer every morning for you according to your skin needs. So it's connected to your mobile phone. You answer a list of questions according to your skin condition, to your lifestyles, and then with over 1,000 different ingredients formulation, it will then blend up the fresh active serum for you according to your skin needs every day. Yet another device, SUNSCREENR. Now this is like a UV camera. It will actually be able to detect and tell you whether you have missed out any spots for any of the sunscreen application. So through the device of what they call the viewfinder, you will actually look through the viewfinder to see your skin color. So a good sun protection product will be able to absorb the UV rays. So a good UV product will actually absorb the UV rays, and through the viewfinder, you will actually see the reflected color as black. Any spots on your skin that you have missed, you will actually realize that it reflects a pale color, and that gives you the indication that you have missed a spot and you need to actually apply properly. It also records video of that, so in the event that you're alone, you can still use the device, review, and realize what are the spots that you have actually missed to then apply the sunscreen itself. So again, people are very careful and using technology to know when and where to really apply the skincare and personal care products. A retail example, looking from the retail point of view, technology is also playing out very widely. This is an example from China. It's called Dian, where they actually set up virtual stores in key locations, in front of key landmarks, or even in car parks, where you allow you to virtually shop through the shopping aisles, and you can very conveniently make your purchase simply by tapping on the screen. Another retail example coming from Innisfree, China. This is a really interesting and engaging in-store activity that they have introduced to promote their new store in Shanghai Disneyland just a few months back. So they actually installed the Jeju flying bike for consumers to actually ride on the bike, go on a virtual tour to the company homeland in Jeju Island, and virtually collect the ingredients that they actually use for the products itself for Innisfree. So these are some of how retailers are making use of technology to engage with consumers. So moving forward, what do we expect to see a trend like augmented human to be like in the near future? We hear a lot about wearable devices. So we're thinking along the line where wearable devices will have a screen that allows you to project almost anywhere on the go, against the wall, on the floor, on the table. So not just being connected to your phone, it provides you with very concise and accurate data anywhere and everywhere you go with you. So we have heard about smart mirrors in the market. We have also heard about a smart refrigerator. So we are thinking really to expand the category a little bit wider with a smart bathroom. So a smart bathroom that comes with, of course, a built-in smart mirror that can give you skin analysis on your skin condition, to give you recommendation of the product that they use. And Panasonic has taken a step further recently with the Panasonic makeup printer that allows the printing of very actual cosmetics to your skin tone. So like foundation, with the skin analysis of this smart mirror, you can then actually be able to detect as close to your skin color as possible and print out the foundation for use. So very conveniently, when you sit in your bathroom, you can just directly apply whatever makeup that is being freshly churned out for you. More on wearable, but towards the retail side. We know how wearable devices help to track skin condition, give us information. So we are looking at how microchips will ultimately allow consumers not just to track their skin conditions, to track their health and wellness, to also give them recommendations on products, and ultimately to be able to pay with the wearable device directly. So making online shopping even more convenient, shopping on the go become even more convenient for consumers. Earlier in the market, we have seen 3D digital makeup artists, a big machine that digitally put on makeup for you. This is something more concise, slightly smaller. This is a 3D makeup pen. It also similarly scans your skin tone to find your skin color, and then very advanced technology, it actually is able to create foundation that matches your skin tone and skin color. So consumers today are really looking for more and more customized products in the market. So with a technology like this, we are thinking of it as expanding to other subcategories within the color cosmetics itself, like blusher, eyeshadow, that allows consumers to blend whatever color they would like. And this is beneficial not just to consumers, but also professionals, like makeup artists themselves. Our second trend on water, the new luxury. The idea here is about water shortages, water conservation, as well as water pollution. This is a concern from consumers and also on the environment itself. The implication here is not just on consumers, but also brands and manufacturers, where they manufacture, how much water they use, what kind of product they are also formulating. So this is something that we need to think about not too far ahead of time. Again, some of what our consumers are really reacting to a trend like water, the new luxury. Our Europe consumers, close to 30% of our UK consumers, they are interested in shower that will actually automatically stop when they step out of the shower itself. So it helps them, again, to save water. About 20% of our consumers in the UK, they are interested in devices that can actually sanitize the hand without the need for soap products, for hand wash products. Close to half of UK women, they are interested in cold washing products in the future. So it allows them to cut down the time they need to rinse, to wash. So cold wash is what we call conditioning wash as well. So you wash and condition all at the same time. Our consumers in the US, about half of US consumers, they are really keen in adding a device that can actually detect water leakages, again, with the concept of saving water. About 30% of our skincare users in the US, they agree that using cleansing water products helps to conserve water. About 57% of US soap and bath shower products users, they are interested in products that is less foaming, so it allows, again, for quick rinsing and thus saving water. Where we are in Asia is not so much about water conservation really, but our concern is more towards water pollution, especially in the more developing kind of Southeast Asia countries or where clean water access is more restricted. These are areas for brands to really consider and look into and address a concern like a water pollution for consumers in Asia. So what are some of the examples that we're seeing in the industry? 9 years from now, 2/3 of the world will be living in a water-stressed environment, and thus water become a really precious commodity for brands and manufacturers to really look into and address how products can also help consumers to save water. So already there are brands reacting and responding to such a trend. We have seen sports brands like Nike and Adidas. They have already started investing in waterless system for their dyeing process, for their apparels, for their merchandise. In terms of product innovation, we are seeing more and more of like a one-step kind of product, like in the example of this living-proof conditioning wash, like what earlier we mentioned, cold wash. So this is a one-step hair care product, which is good for consumers because it allows them to cleanse and condition their hair all in one step. So again, helping to cut down on the need to use water. Another kind of product innovation example will be products that doesn't even require you to use any water. This is a rinseless beauty product by Pits and Bits. It's a body wash product. Very conveniently, you apply it to your skin. You can actually massage on your body and you wipe off very conveniently with towel. So without the need to use water. How brands or products are calling out water are starting to look a little bit different as well. This is one example, a brand from Korea called Wamisa. So how they formulate this range of products is very different. They don't use normal water, they use plant water. Plant water is being used in this product and they are calling it out not just on the packaging of what the water they use and how this kind of water also bring about different skincare benefits for consumers. So this is something that we see trending, and we are seeing more and more of how people are using even like Jeju water, volcanic water, and the industry will continue to see more and more introduction of new sources of water for beauty and personal care. So what's next for water, the new luxury trend? So we have talked about smart mirrors, smart bathroom. So how about a smart shower? So this is also can be part of the smart bathroom itself. A smart shower will be one that can actually automatically dispense low foaming cleansers or even shower product. So similarly, again, riding on the concept of saving water for consumers at home. How water is coming out through the tap is also starting to look a little bit different moving into the future. This is a new invention from a group of students from China, where they actually created this air wash kind of a tap system. Okay, this machine itself mixes compressed air with a small amount of water vapor, and this is triggered by an infrared sensor. So similarly, it gives you the same cleansing effect, but it actually uses 90% less water. So with an invention like this, we are looking at it being incorporated into beauty counters or even salons and spas, where they actually install a tap like that for consumers to try out products and to do the cleansing, to have the same cleansing effect, but really reducing the use of water even from the retail point of view. So brands are really going all out to source for different sources of water. There are more and more of different water coming from superfruits or even superfood. To a large extent, we are also seeing water or skincare products using iceberg water. Skincare using iceberg water is getting a little bit more attention thanks to this brand that actually came about in a small town within Canada. So they actually make use of iceberg water itself to actually formulate and handmade different skincare products. So we are seeing how brands are really cashing in on nature and harnessing the benefits that different sources of water from nature can actually bring about for consumers. Now, without the use of water, we definitely also have to consider different formats and textures when it comes to beauty and personal care. So powders, paste, or semi-solid kind of textures in beauty and personal care will be something that brands, manufacturers will need to consider looking into. So already in the market, there's this company that goes around to supermarket to collect produce that's not suitable for sale, fruits that are slightly bruised that cannot be sold out. So what they do with all this collection of all this produce is to freeze dry them and make them into very high concentrated fruits powder that can be used not just as a food source, but also into beauty and personal care products. Thinking from the retail point of view, we are looking at the possibility in the future of a dry spa or salon. So the dry spa and salon concept basically will use waterless product, powder products, or even like sheet masks, something that doesn't require any water. And even to another extent, aerated water taps and shower heads installed within the spa and salon itself, so it gives consumers the same kind of cleansing effect without the need for water. To our third trend on power play, this is really all about energy, where it comes from, how we use it, and how we talk about it. So again, on how consumers are really responding to a trend like power play with regards to energy. Our consumers in Europe, about 60% of UK women, they feel that lifestyle has a very direct impact on the appearance of their facial skin. So things like sleep, stress level has a very direct implication on how they will look on their face. 7 in 10 German and Italian women similarly feels that lifestyle has a very direct impact on their skin. Close to 80% of UK adults constantly feel low on energy, and they really, really dislike the feeling of feeling low on energy. Our consumers in the US, more than half of US consumers, they are actually willing to pay more for household appliances that can help them to save energy for highest energy efficiency. About 80% of Canadians, they agree that physical wellness is important to them, and they want to maintain a good quality of life in order to go through the daily activity without feeling low on energy or feeling tired. About 60% of our Brazilian consumers, they feel that sleep is one of the key factors that will affect their lifestyle, And with very good sleep, with enough sufficient sleep, they will actually have a healthier lifestyle. Our consumers in Asia, about 30% of Chinese consumers, they actually consume energy drink at least once a week. So again, trying to find energy from products. 70% of our Chinese consumers, they want to improve their sleep quality in order to improve their skin condition. So similarly, I think it's a global thing. Everyone feels that sleep has a very direct impact on our facial appearance. About 30% of our Chinese consumers, they believe that health supplements help to boost energy. So again, people are looking at products to find energy. So what are some of the examples that we are already seeing reflecting a trend like power play? So we have brands, manufacturers already reacting and coming out with what we call cleaner products using renewable energies. So how they formulate is starting to be very important and of concern to consumers as well. So these are just some of the brands listed here that are already investing in alternative energy sources to come up with cleaner products for consumers. From the retail standpoint, this is a project that was implemented by Sephora China. They actually launched this project called the Green Logistic Project, where they actually do delivery using electrical vehicles. So this is a good retail example, especially in a market like China, where online purchases is really huge. So moving into the future, we are also expecting, even deliveries done through bicycles for smaller cities in large countries like China. Taking the energy from coffee. So we consume coffee almost every morning. We take energy from coffee to keep us awake, to last us through the day. And similarly, there's also a lot of waste coming from the coffee that we are drinking. So this company called BioBean actually goes around to offices, to cafes, to collect these coffee grinds and actually convert them into another kind of energy source. They convert them into a biomass pellets. So all this coffee oil can also be used to power different engines. So again, companies are really looking at alternative sources to find energy that they can use for manufacturing as well. On product innovation, we are seeing more and more brands calling out energy claims, energy-related claims. This is one of the new product launches in the market by Dr. Brand. This is a magnetite age defier, formulated using iron-based powder. So the iron-based powder itself comes with magnetic properties. So it's said and claimed that with the use of the iron-based powder and the magnet that comes with the product, it can actually attract and draw out any dust and impurities from the pores. So this is actually like a mud mask, but with magnetic properties. So as you apply and leave it on, you can use the magnet to then subsequently attract out and draw out the mask itself together with the dirt on the mask itself. So we start to see this coming to the market. We start to see Korean brands also coming out with similar products. Again, a product like that not just has a good experience when you use it, it also helps to leave the skin younger and more re-energized. So again, brands are calling out energy claims on the product. Different industry partnering with one another is also something that we are seeing more and more. This is one example of a beauty brand called Neo, partnering with a sportswear company called Sweaty Betty to come up with a collection of energy-boosting treatment collection products. The product consists of things like face mist, even for night use, pillow mist to promote better sleep. So this is something and a trend that we foresee will be going ahead in the future, where more and more different industries coming together to reach out to broader consumer base as well. So what do we expect for a trend like power play in relation to energy? Free power, isn't that a good idea? So a group of researchers from Washington, they have come up with a way to actually harness Wi-Fi and convert them into a power source. So we are thinking of that for beauty devices, using Wi-Fi signals to actually power beauty devices. We know how beauty devices is becoming a trend as well in the market. More and more consumers are using beauty devices very conveniently. So an innovation like that will require no longer the need for batteries or even looking for power sources. Almost anywhere and everywhere now there's Wi-Fi available very conveniently. You can use your beauty device on the go as well. From the food we eat to the beauty products that we use, it's actually a very natural transition. And we are seeing more and more of food and drink trend translating and moving into beauty and personal care. One example is gluten-free. This is something that we hear more commonly from food and drink trend. But we also start to see gluten-free cosmetics or even skincare, something that we use. One of the latest trends is actually the SURT diet. So SURT diet actually calls out more of the energizing ingredients like beans, iron-rich beans, or even vitamin B. So we are looking at how brands will start to use more of such energy-suggesting ingredients in their development, in their innovations. Energy textures. Now, textures is really important, especially when it comes to beauty and personal care, because when we use beauty and personal care products, it's all about the experience, and we want to make this sensorial experience a really pleasant one for consumers. So textures that suggest energy will be like sparkling, warming, or even bubbling effect. So such textures actually really give the energy cues to consumers. And we see more of like carbonated mask in the market. We see more products that has multi-texture transformation, again to suggest such energy cues and also the whole sensorial experience for consumers. Renewable energy. So we are expecting more and more manufacturers to actually put focus on alternative and renewable energies in their manufacturing process, in their manufacturing facilities as well. So like for example, P&G, they has actually installed wind power to manufacture their products, such as Tide and Dawn, by end of the year itself. And to our last trend, gastronomia. This is all about what's on the label. It's about food, it's about natural ingredients, how it's on the rise, and how consumers are really reading the labels, looking at what should not be in there when it comes to ingredients. And to a large extent, we are also looking at consumers rolling up their sleeves, getting really, really hands-on in even making their own beauty and personal care products. Consumers in the Europe market, about half of UK consumers, they are concerned about using skincare products with natural ingredients. So this is something that they will look out for when making purchase of skincare products. About 20% of UK consumers, they will actually consider whether a product is organic or if it's natural first before they actually purchase it. Close to half of Italian and Spanish consumers, they actually buy natural and organic products because they believe such products are actually better for their health. Our consumers in the US, about 70% of US personal care users, now they agree that similarly, natural and organic personal care products are actually better for the health. 40% of US consumers, they are interested in color cosmetics even, that are also natural and organic, not just personal care products. About a quarter of US consumers, they look for natural ingredients for the soap and bath products that they are using. So again, a lot of emphasis on natural products, natural ingredients in the market today. In Asia, about 35% of Chinese consumers, they will look into the ingredients in their hair care products because they believe and feel that the ingredients has a very direct impact on the health of their hair. Slightly more than half of Chinese consumers, they will purchase body care products or even beauty products made from natural fruit ingredients. Close to 60% of female consumers in China, they are willing to pay more for products with natural ingredients. Again, people are willing to spend, people are putting emphasis and focus on natural products with natural ingredients. So what are some of the trends that we are spotting in the industry, in the market today? So we have seen and heard of fresh deliveries of ingredients to home for us to whip up chef-inspired dishes with attached recipes. Now, similarly, we are seeing this for beauty and personal care as well. This company called Nude, they will actually deliver very fresh ingredients to your home, allow you to have control over the content that you put into the making of your own beauty and personal care products. Fermented ingredients are important in the food that we eat, and now similarly, it is also of focus now for beauty and personal care. So there are even machines that allow you to actually ferment your own like vegetables or even fruits, again to allow you to make your own products using very natural and good ingredients. So these are some of the machines that we are starting to see that allow consumers to do that in the comfort of their own home. Clean label trend is something that we are very familiar with in food and drink. Very often we see that in the food can that we see in the supermarket. Now, such a trend is also starting to come about and playing out in the beauty and personal care products. One example, of course, coming from Believe, where they call out all the ingredients on the product packaging itself. Clean label trends is not just about listing out all the ingredients on the forefront of packaging. It is also about simplifying the terms so that consumers can easily access and understand the ingredients that is used in the products. So we're also starting to see more and more like handcrafted products in the markets, very similar to how people are making their own beauty and personal care products at home. Now this is an example, a brand from Singapore called Cat Food, a very interesting tagline called the almost edible beauty stuff. So the belief is that what's safe to be consumed is then safe to be used for beauty and personal care, to be used on your skin itself. So we'll start to see, again, more organic ingredients, more natural ingredients to give consumers the assurance and confidence in product safety and for their product usage. So moving ahead, what we expect to see and what we predict to see in a trend for gastronomia. So we talk about fermenting your own ingredients. We also have heard about people making their own face masks. Now how about growing your own ingredients at home? This is a device called Sprouts.io. So it's a completely organic environment that allows you to grow your own food completely soil-free, connected to your smartphone. So very conveniently, it allows you to still water your plants when you're out on vacation, when you're out traveling away from home. You come home to very fresh ingredients, suggesting again the idea of allowing you to handmade your own beauty and personal care products, or to ensure very natural products in your beauty and personal care, skincare products that you're going to use every day. Different industries pairing together is also something that we foresee moving in the future. This is coming more from the retail point of view, of course. This is a company in the UK called Facecam. They have introduced this face boot camp. So we have heard of boot camp more for health and wellness, not so much for face, right? So what they do is they themselves incorporate high performance level of facial. They have also a range of very high performance skincare products. What they do is to then partner with a nutrition company to come up with a whole range of smoothies, fresh juices for consumers. So what they do in this face camp is you sign up for a 7 days face boot camp. In this 7 days itself, you get access to all the high-performance facial, you get to use their skincare products, you get to drink up all the juices and smoothie in this 7 days boot camp. At the end of this 7 days, you get very radiant skin, glowing skin, because you get to detox your skin with them in this program called the Face Boot Camp. So this is something that we see more and more coming together, coming from different industry, across industry kind of a partnership. Reuse, reduce, recycle, 3 Rs, that is becoming more and more common these days as consumers and brands adopt the concept of sustainability and caring for the environment. This is something that we expect to see more and more in the future in this industry in terms of product developments as well. This is the end of the presentation. Now, I just want to conclude in terms of this presentation itself for innovations in beauty and personal care. Now, the world continues to urbanize. It becomes increasingly challenging, but yet important for brands, for manufacturers to stay in the forefront on trends. In doing so, they have the opportunity to really define the varying notions of beauty, to really feed the growing appetite of consumers, to address their skincare needs and concerns around beauty and personal care. We have also displayed out a range of products on the table over there that actually is in line with the trends that we have covered earlier on around water, around gastronomia, as well as around power play. So come forward if you have time to try out the products. Otherwise, you can also look for us at our booth at G78 or as well as at the innovation zone itself, where we also cover a lot more other innovations and products in the innovation zone itself. Thank you very much.